Hello all, welcome to another part in practice Selenium Java Automation here training series. As part of this session, I'm going to automate the next test case in this register account functionality, that is this 11th test case. So in the previous sessions of the same series, I have automated up to 10th one. There is one test case that I have not covered. I'll be doing at the end, but we can assume that we have already successfully automated 9 test cases so far. And I hope you have learned a lot of things from this practical demonstration of automation of this test cases so far. And apart from this automation of the test cases in this series, I've also shown you how to automate different functionalities on different applications also. So there's a mix of kind of playlist where we are demonstrating a lot of different stuff so that your automation confidence on the automation part will get increased, okay, or improved. So fine, let's go with the next test case. That is a test case 11. And so let's begin, guys. Okay. So in this test case, I am going to show you how to automate this one. Verify registering an account by providing an invalid phone number. Okay. So before I show you how to automate this particular test case, I want you guys to check my website. That is qafox.com and bookmark this web page of my website where all my work is available for free. Okay. So you see a lot of things are available here. Just bookmark my website, guys, and whatever the concepts that are useful for you in your career, you can utilize them. And also, you can also follow our Telegram group. Okay, you can join our Telegram group. So this is a Telegram group we have. Let me open the Telegram group for you. So this is a Telegram group we have where we are posting frequently about all the different webinars that we are conducting on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So all the updates for that webinars will come under this, and all my work updates, everything will come in this particular Telegram group, guys. So this is a link. So I'll be providing this particular link in the description of this video along with the automation code that I will write as part of this demonstration of this particular test case automation. So you'll also find this Telegram group. You can also check the pinned comment of this particular video to join this Telegram group, guys. Okay, where all my updates will reach you. Okay, so fine. So let's get started with this session, guys, with the practical demonstration of automation of this particular test case, and if time permits, I'll also automate the next test case also accordingly. Fine. So let's get started, guys. So this is the next test case. Verify registering an account by providing an invalid phone number. Okay. So how to register an account by providing an invalid phone number. So if you, while creating an account, if you enter the invalid phone number, so what should happen and all. Okay. The steps are like this. Open the application URL in any browser. This application tutorialsinja.com/demo application. And after opening that, we are going to click on My Account drop menu. Then we are clicking on Register option. Then we are going to enter new account details into all the fields like first name, last name, email, password confirm, newsletter, privacy policy field, except telephone field. Okay. In the telephone field, we have to enter a invalid phone number. Here there are two sets are there. Two invalid phone number formats. Data, test data is there. You can say refer test data is there. We are going to use this data. That means the same test case need to run 2 times. Okay. Similar to the previous test case. Here the previous test case was running 4 times because 4 sets of data were there. But in this particular test case, there are 2 sets of data. So this particular test case need to run how many times? 2 times. Okay. One time with this particular data, another time with this invalid data. Okay. Two invalid phone number formats. Okay. So when we enter this invalid phone number and click on the continue button, so what is the expected result? Account should not be created, guys. Okay, the application should not allow the user to application should not create an account with these invalid phone numbers. Rather, a proper warning message should be displayed. Okay, instead of account getting created, we should get a proper warning message. Let's see whether that is happening or not. Okay, let's automate that. Okay, fine. So I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE where we have this practice Selenium Java Automation here project already created. And we are using this project from the last few sessions anyhow for automating the register account functionality and all. So I'll open this register account test. class, and in this already, a lot of test cases are already automated. So let's go to the last one. Okay. So let me minimize all these test cases one by one. I think 9 test cases are automated. Here priority I have not given. So here priority is there, but here I have not given the priority for the this one. Okay. So how to give a priority here? Can I say priority is equal to 9? Yeah, I can give like this. Okay. Here, till the above, test method, only one attribute was there, like priority is equal to 8. Only one attribute, test ng attribute we provided beside the test annotation. But in this particular test ng test, okay, in this particular test ng test of the previous session, I demonstrated how to do this. Okay. So here only here instead of one attribute, we have two attributes. So to accommodate the two attributes, we have to separate them by comma. Okay, this is one thing we have learned in this particular session now. And I have minimized that one also. We have a data provider to pass or supply the data to this particular test method. Now I'm going to create another test method, which can, where we are testing whether account will get created by entering an invalid phone number, telephone number or not. Okay, public public void register account using invalid phone number or telephone number, invalid telephone otherwise. If not phone, it's a telephone field, right? Better I'll write telephone number, okay? Telephone number, and this is starting of the method. And I'll just I'll just convert this method into test annotation. And here priority, I'll mention priority is equal to 10. Okay, priority is equal. This is ninth priority. So this is the 10th priority. Okay, 10th priority. Okay, fine. Now we have to write the automation code, guys. So first step is that prerequisite step is like open the application URL in any browser. For that to happen, what I'll do here is I'll just write the automation code like this. Web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. I'll give the application URL here. Web driver is equal to new Chrome driver dot manage dot window dot maximize driver dot get. Here we'll provide the application URL. So let's provide the application URL here. So I'll just open this browser and browse this application URL, that is tutorials ninja.com/demo. Okay, this is application URL, guys. So let's open the application, copy this application URL and paste it here. Okay, once you open this application URL, then what is the next step? So the next step is we need to click on this My Account drop menu and then select the register option. Inspect this My Account drop menu. And here, you see My Account is there. Copy this. I'll create an XPath out of this to locate this My Account drop menu. /span text is equal to My Account. And yeah, this is locating this My Account drop menu. Copy this XPath expression and create a web element here. Driver dot find element by dot driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath of that My Account drop menu and put a semicolon here and create a web element out of it. My Account drop menu, I'll say, okay, is equal to. Now create a web element out of it. Web element out of it. Done. Okay. Now I'll simply say My Account drop menu dot click. Dot click. So this will click on the My Account drop menu. We'll get these options once we click on My Account. Now we have to select the register option. I'll inspect I have inspected the register option. It is a link text. Copy this link text and create a web element. Driver dot find element by dot link text locator and provide the link text locator and create a web element like a register option. Web element register option is equal to, and here create a web element and register option dot click. Register option dot click. Okay. Now, once you click on the register option, once you select the register option, you will be taken to the register account page. In the register account page, what we have to do here, the register account page, we have to enter new account details into all the fields like first name, last name, email, password confirm, newsletter, privacy policy. Except telephone number, everything we have to enter. Inspect this first name field. So when I inspect this, if it has an ID, copy this ID and simply write down driver dot find elements element by dot id, provide the id locator of that first name field, put a semicolon here, and here write down first name field is equal to, and here create a web element. Okay. Once the web element is created, first name field dot send keys, and you just provide. I'm providing my first name here, that is Arun. Okay. So what happens by doing this? Into this, my name Arun will be entered. Now coming to this last name field, inspect this last name field, and here ID will be there. Copy this ID. So then once you copy that ID of the last name field, go back to the script and say driver.find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the last name field and put a semicolon here, and here last name field. Last name field is equal to, now create a web element for that web element last name field. Now copy this last name field and simply dot send keys, and here write down my last name. Okay, done. Is also good. So fine. Last name field is over. Then what else is there, guys? Last name field is done, and email field. Okay, email field. So how to get the email field? Here last name is entered already. Now email field, inspect the email field, and here we have the ID for the email field. Copy the ID of the email field. Come back here and write down driver.find element by dot driver.find element by dot ID of the email address field. Provide the ID of the email address field. Put a semicolon here. So here simply say email field. Okay, email field is equal to create a web element. Web element. Now email field dot send keys, and enter. Every time we have to enter a new email address, guys, right? So the account should be, email should be new always. Otherwise, account will not be created. We'll get a different message saying duplicate email. Okay, account cannot be created with the same email, kind of thing will come. So to avoid that, I'll simply write down date is equal to new date. Okay. So here string timestamp. Already this logic is explained as part of the previous videos. So just watch them. Date dot to string dot replace. Let's replace that with a space with underscore. This logic is already covered as part of the previous videos, guys. Okay. I'm just directly taking it. So it will simply create a timestamp, guys. Okay. Some name I will be attaching to the email as part of the timestamp. And again replace replace colon with colon symbol in the time the date with underscore symbol again. This is what I have to do, guys. Okay. So this with this timestamp, I'll simply write down something like this. Okay, timestamp. Okay, this timestamp plus @gmail.com. I'll say simple. Okay, that's it. It will enter a new email address every time because of that. Now after this, what I have to do next? What I have to do next, guys? After entering this email into this some timestamp. Okay, some, let's say 0801 0801 2024 @gmail. Some timestamp @gmail got created. Let's assume telephone. I will not be entering the telephone because except telephone I have to enter everything. Password I will be entering. I'll take the ID locator of this password field and simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID and put a semicolon here, and here I'll say password field. Okay, password field. Create a web element here, web element, and password field dot send keys, and I'll simply say 1 2 3 4 5. Put a semicolon here. Once password field is done, here 1 2 3 4 5 is entered. Then password confirm field. Inspect this ID. Copy this. So driver dot find element by dot ID of the password confirm field. Put a semicolon here, and here password confirm field is equal to. Now create a web element for that web element. Then password confirm field dot send keys and give the same password 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, put a semicolon here. Now enter 1 2 3 4 5, and after that you select this newsletter option. Inspect that name newsletter value 1 is there. Copy this. Control F, / input at the rate name is equal to newsletter, and at the rate value is equal to 1. This will locate the S radio button. Copy this X path for the S radio button and come back here and write down the code here. That is driver dot find element by dot X path of that S radio button. Provide an create a web element for that. Yes, radio. Yes, newsletter option. Newsletter option is equal to, okay. Here web element I am creating web element. If you want, I can minimize this so that you can see more area of the code. S newsletter option dot click I will say. Okay, it will select the S radio button. Once the S radio button is selected, then I have to select the privacy policy field. Checkbox field. Inspect this. It has a name locator. Copy this and create a web element here. Driver dot find element by dot name locator. Give the name and name locator. Create a web element. So privacy policy field. Privacy policy field is equal to, okay. Create a web element here. Web element. And now here simply write down privacy policy field dot click. That's it. Okay. It will select the privacy policy field. Now we have to enter the next step is like we have to enter invalid phone number. One of the invalid phone number will take 111 and we'll try to enter into the telephone field. Okay. So for that I'll inspect the telephone field and here is an ID. Copy this ID and driver dot find element by dot ID of the telephone field. Create a web element for the telephone field. Simply write down telephone field by LD is equal to create a web element. So telephone field dot click. Okay, sorry, dot send keys. Dot send keys. Dot send keys. What is the telephone number I have to enter? Invalid telephone number 111. Okay. Only 3 ones I have to enter, which is an invalid telephone number. So once 111 gets entered into this, an invalid phone number gets entered into this, and the moment I click on the continue button, I should be there on the same page. Account should not be created means I should not go to the next page. Rather, I should stay on the same page, guys. Okay, I should still stay on the account register page only, and I should get a warning message, some kind of warning message under the telephone field. Okay, that's what is the expectation. But we don't know what will happen in real time, right? We don't know. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. So what we'll do here is, I need to click on the continue button, right? Next thing is that I need to click on the continue button, inspect this continue button. Value continue input / input at the rate value is equal to continue. Okay. So this will locate the continue button. I'll create a web element for the continue button. I'll click on the continue button. Okay. So driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression of that continue button. And I just simply need to click on the continue button. Continue button is equal to and create a web element here. Web element continue button dot click. Continue button dot click. Just need to click on the continue button. Once all the details got entered, we need to simply click on the continue button, guys. So if the account is not created, we should actually the output here is expected result here is account should not be created, guys. Okay. After clicking on the continue button also, I should be staying on the same page. So after clicking on the continue button, how to verify that I am on the same page and the user account has not been created? To confirm that, there are ways, guys. Okay. So either I have to, get this URL or the title of the page. Okay, this title of the page or URL of the page, or I need to verify whether login option is available here. Multiple ways are there. Okay, so any of these options. So I'll just take a register. This is the simplest one. Instead of going to my account and checking whether register option is there or not, sorry, login option is there or not. Instead of doing that, so if login option is still there means if login is there means logout will not be there, right? Definitely the account is not created. That means okay. So with this option also we can verify, or we can also do one thing, that is we can get the URL of this page And if it is a register page URL means account is not created. We are still on the register account page only as account creation got failed. Okay, so I'll just take this URL guys. Okay, this expected URL. After I click on the continue button with invalid phone number, telephone number given, right? Account should not be created. String expected URL. Expected page URL should be like this. Okay, what is the actual string? Actual URL is equal to driver dot get current URL. Okay, this is a command. Now I have to verify asset equals asset equals. So here first I'll give the actual URL and compare the actual URL with the expected URL. If they both match, then the test is passed. Okay, account is not created, and we also have to verify whether this warning message has come or not. As per the expected results here, instead a proper warning message should be displayed. They are saying, but there is a bug in this application, guys. When you give the invalid telephone number here and click on continue button with all the details, account is getting created, guys. Okay, warning message is not coming. So that's a particular bug. Okay, that's a defect or issue or bug in this particular application. Okay, so I don't know what warning message should come. Let's say we got some message. So what I'll do here is I'll just not give this Motori and click on continue. So in that case, we'll get this warning message, right? Similarly, a warning message should come under the telephone field, right? So I'll inspect this warning message and try to replicate the same. Same kind of warning message should come for telephone also, right? So what I'll do here is you see in under the due tag, you will get the warning message. Okay. Under this is the input tag of the last name field. Under that, we'll get a due tag. And okay. So similarly, what I will do is for telephone also, I'll do this. I inspect this. Under this due tag should come, which will contain the warning message. Okay. So let's see whether the due tag is coming or not with the help of this control F or double slash input double slash input at the rate ID is equal to give the ID address of that telephone field slash. It's not slash, it's actually slash following sibling I have to say. Okay, following sibling colon div tag should be there. Okay, so the div tag will not come, guys. Okay, no matter what, if you okay, if you don't enter telephone, you will get a div tag anyhow. 1 minute. If you don't enter anything, you will get some kind of warning message here with this div tag. Control F you say and just press enter. You see this is getting located. And we have to extract the warning message from here. Let's say, copy this. Okay. Telephone must be between 3 and 32 characters. Some kind of validation is there, but invalid phone number is being taken. Okay. How can a telephone number be 3 characters? That's also invalid. Okay. So this warning message should come for 111. Let's assume. Okay. Telephone number must be between 10 and 32 characters or something. Okay. Otherwise, in this example, right, let's give 11 and see what's happening. Is a warning message coming or not? I think it will come. Okay, must be 3 and 32 characters saying. But how can a telephone number be? There's still a defect, guys. Okay, there is still a defect. It is an invalid phone number. A proper warning message should come. Telephone number must be between uh, 10 and 32 characters, something like that. Some message should come. Okay, let's assume. So for that, I'll write the code here. So I'm expecting a warning message should come. String. Expected warning message. Proper warning, proper telephone number. Enter a proper telephone number. Okay. Or the entered telephone number is invalid or something. Okay. Invalid telephone number is entered. Okay. So like this, some warning message should come. So what is expected? What is the actual warning message? Actual warning message is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath. Provide the xpath of that item that will get the warning message here. Control F when you say already have written right that code that xpath. This will get the if you say dot get text, it will get the text between the tags. Okay, that will get the expect actual warning message. Okay, I'll give the xpath expression. Put a semicolon here and here dot get text. Okay, this will get the expect actual warning message. I have to verify whether these both are same or not. Okay, so for that assert dot assert equals assert dot assert equals, and here I'll write the actual warning message and I'll compare the actual warning message with the expected. For example, this warning message we got it from the client. Okay, assume that. Okay, so if this warning message is not matching with the test will fail. Okay, if the actual URL is not coming, the expected URL, the actual URL is different from the expected URL, then also the test will fail. Okay, if any of this particular thing will fail, the test will ultimately fail, guys. Okay, this particular test will fail. Okay, and once this is done, I have to close the browser, driver.quit. Okay, once this test is done, we'll close the browser. Okay, that should happen. Let's see what will happen. I have written the entire code, guys. As per the expectation, this particular test is running or not, whether the test is passing or not, automated test is passing or not. Let's see. With the help of automation test, we are checking whether that particular test will pass or fail now. Okay, let me run the code. I have run the code, guys. In a while, the execution will start. Execution will start in a while. We'll open the Chrome browser. Then it will maximize the browser. It will open the application URL. Then it will click on the My Account drop menu and select the register option and take you to the register account page. Click on continue button. Account is getting created, guys. Okay, and the browser is not getting closed. You see, that means something gone wrong. Okay, if you go here and see, the test got failed, guys. Okay, the test got failed. Why the test got failed? Why this particular test got failed? Assertion got failed. The reason here is um, this URL should be there, account should not be created, and we should be still staying in the register account page, but it went to the account success page. That means account has been created. But as per the expected result, account should not be created, but account got created, guys. If one of the assertion fails means the execution will stop here itself, guys. Okay, execution will stop here itself. Remaining portion of the code will not be executed. Okay, already we got assertion error means assertion error means execution will stop here itself. Okay, at this line only the execution will stop because this has raised a test-ng assertion error. Okay, test-ng assertion error has been raised because of which program execution or this particular method execution has stopped at the 619th line itself. Remaining code will not be executed, and in the remaining line driver.quit is there, and that also will not get executed. Okay, that also will not get executed, guys, because the execution stopped here. So what the difference I want is yeah, that's fine. The test is failing, and that's correct only. If it has to fail, it has to fail, and it has to report an assertion error. There's no problem. This is what is expected. Thing is happening only. Yeah, because not all test cases will pass, right? In the application, some test cases will fail, some test cases will pass, and for this we will report a defect. Okay. Once this particular automated test case fails, right, because of the assertion error, we'll cross check this and report a defect. Okay, and developers have to fix this particular defect. That's okay. Until the developers fix this particular defect in the application, this test will keep failing. That's okay. The script is fine, guys, but there is a defect or bug or issue in the application that our automation test has now detected. Okay, fine. That's all good. But the problem here is when a particular test fails, why the browser is not closing? The browser is not closing is whether the test case is passing or whether the test case is failing. In all the cases, this particular browser should close. The browser should close like this. It's not closing because the code is not reachable. After this assertion error, the code execution will stop, and here driver.pit is there, which is in the remaining portion of the code, which will not get executed. So is there any solution where despite of the particular test passes or fails, I have to close the browser? Yes, there is a way, guys. For that, I'll show you one way. Okay, here I'll create a method, guys. Okay, public void. I'll just name this method as tear down, or you can also name this method as closure. Any name you can give, guys. Okay. And here I'll write an annotation for this test. This method is not a test method. It is a at the rate after method. Okay. At the rate after method annotation from test.ng I'll write. Import after method annotation from test.ng. Okay. This method will get executed after every test method. Okay. After every test method gets executed, this particular method will get executed, guys. Okay. This particular test method will get executed after every test method. After every test method. So not only the first test method, after this first test method, this tear down method will be executed. After the second test method, this tear down method will be executed. After the third one, this tear down method after which is annotated with after method annotation of test engine will be executed. Like that for every test method in this particular file, okay, this after method annotated method will be executed. So in this, what I have to write? In this, what I will write is I'll just place this driver dot instead of putting this driver dot quit here, I'll just place it here, guys. Okay, I'll just provide driver dot quit here, but there is a problem. The moment I put a driver dot quit here, okay, driver is not recognizable. Okay, so driver is local, right? For every test method, driver is declared here. Inside the test method only it's declared. I'll make it global now. I'll just make it WebDriver driver here. Okay, I'll just directly create under the class WebDriver driver. Okay, so WebDriver driver is called null, I will say here, and here I'll simply say driver dot quit. Okay, and now in every test method, I have to remove the declaration of the driver, guys. Okay, so WebDriver driver is called null. Here driver is called new ground driver. Stop the execution, guys. Somehow it started. Okay. So in every test method, I have to do the same change. Maybe it's running for every, maybe I have clicked on run all. Okay. Yeah, it's closing. Still running, guys. Okay, how to close everything. One more test will run now in a while. Let's see whether it stop or not. Okay, fine. Fine, the first test method, I have removed the double declaration. Already declaration is done at the global level. Why to declare locally again in every test method? First test method, I removed it. And also one more thing, driver.pit is already there here in the tear down method, which is annotated with at the rate after method test ng assertion, sorry, test ng annotation. Okay, so this that means after every test method, driver.pit will happen, whether the test will pass or fail, doesn't matter. So I'll remove the driver.pit from everywhere, every test method. Okay. So this double declaration of WebDriver I'll remove, and driver.pit also I already have moved to this after method because this method runs after every test method. Let's go with the second test method, and here remove the declaration, and also here at the end remove the driver.pit. These two changes we have to do for every test method now going ahead. Okay. Second one change it. Now third one will go and remove the double declaration here. Already declaration is there at the global level, and come down and remove this driver.pit from here. Okay. So then third is done. Fourth one, let's go with the fourth one. Here again, WebDriver driver, remove it and come back here and remove the driver.pit again. Fourth one also, fourth test case also changes have been done. Now fifth test case is the fifth one. Okay, remove the declaration here as it is at the global level and remove the driver.pit from here. Okay, so fine. Fifth one is also completed. Now sixth one. This is the sixth one. Remove this WebDriver declaration here, which is at the global level, and now remove the driver.pit because it's now at the rate after method annotated test method. Okay, annotated method. Okay. Then seventh one, remove the WebDriver declaration, remove the driver.pit. Now go with the eighth one, remove the WebDriver declaration, remove the driver.pit. Now ninth one, remove the WebDriver declaration and remove the driver.pit. And this one is what? This is data provider method. You don't have to do any changes here. So this is the 10th one. Here remove the WebDriver declaration and remove the driver.pit. So whether the test passes or fails, this time the browser will get closed no matter what. Okay. So let's run all the tests because I have modified something in every test, right? The set test case. I have removed the WebDriver declaration and made it global, right? Let's see whether this works or not. Okay. Whether this particular thing works or not, I want to check. For that to happen, I'll click on run all and see whether all the test cases are running one by one or not. Okay. Without any problems, all the 10 test cases should run one by one. So let's see what will happen. Will everything work fine or not? Including the last one. Whether the test passes or fails, the browser should close, guys. Okay, the browser should close. You see, the browser closed for the first test case. After method, at the rate after method annotated test engine method is is working fine, guys. Okay, otherwise browser will not close for every test method because I removed driver.pit from individual test methods. So if at the rate after method annotated method is being called means then only the browser will close. That proves that at the rate after method is being called after every test method. Maybe fourth one or fifth one is running now and let's see what's happening. Yeah. Browser is successfully getting closed, guys, for all the test methods. Things are working fine. We'll do small changes, okay? Going ahead, we'll do small change. One more change is there, okay? We'll do that also. In the same scenario, I can show you how to do one more change to make the thing more better. For now, we solved one thing: whether the test passes or fails, the browser is going to close. No matter whether the test fails in between, where because of an assertion or something. If the test fails in between and driver.pit is not reachable, then also, you know, the browser will close, guys. Okay, whether the test passes or fails, the browser is going to get closed. That's what is our intention. Why we have written that at the rate after method annotated method. Okay, test engine annotated method. So the scripts are still running. There is one data driven script also. You see, this is a data driven one. Okay. So I think there are 4 sets of data. It will run for every set of data. Okay. Second set of data is running now for data driven for email, invalid email test case that I have automated in the previous session. You can look into that. In this session, in this test case also, I have to implement the data driven thing. I'm going to show you. Okay. Because there are 2 sets of data in this particular test case also, I have to create one more data provider method, to supply the data. Yeah, fine. Which one? Let's see. Yeah, this is the last test case which is going to fail. Okay. So now we got the results, guys, whether the tests are passing or fail. You see, out of total 13 runs, including data-driven tests were there. So total 13 tests got run. In that 12 got passed, case. Okay, all the 12 got passed. You see this 1, 2, 3, 4 with data-driven. And the last test case got failed because of this assertion error, but still the browser got closed. That means this after method concept is working fine for us. Okay. So fine. Next thing is now this particular test method register account using invalid telephone number. Okay, register account using invalid telephone number. I don't have to check with only one set of data here, that is 111. Instead, I have to check with multiple sets of data. Instead, I have to check with the multiple sets of data. So for that to happen, what I will do here is I have to supply the data, guys. Okay, for that I'll create a data provider method, public void. Okay, so earlier supply invalid email data is there. This time I'll say supply invalid telephone data. Just create the method with this name, and here I'll just provide at the rate data provider annotation, so that officially I'm making this test ng mark that this particular method is going to supply the data to one of the test methods here in this particular file. Okay, and I'm going to name this. Name is equal to here. What is the name we have given for this particular data provider? Invalid email supplier. Here invalid telephone supplier I'll give. Okay, invalid telephone supplier. You can give any name, guys. No problem. So now I have to attach this data provider with one of the test-ng test method. I'll copy the name of this data provider or supplier and come back here, test-ng, beside this at the rate test annotation, and another attribute I'll say data provider attribute I'll provide, and I'll give the name of that data provider, that is invalid telephone supplier I'm giving here, so that this particular test-ng test method is now connected with the data provider. Now I'm going to create a string array, invalid telephones is equal to invalid telephones is equal to, in the curly braces I'll create an array. So there are 2 sets of data. I'll just give double quote 111 is one set of data, and other one is ABCD is another data. Okay, ABCD is another data. Let's say we can take it ABCDE. Okay, let's give the same thing. What is the matter? Okay, and now I have to return this data, invalid telephones. The return type cannot be void now because this particular method is now returning this particular string array. So string array should be the return type. When I add this string array here, the error will go off. Okay, you see error has gone off. And now to receive this particular data, to receive this particular invalid telephone number here, we have to create a parameter here saying string telephone number. Okay, telephone number. Copy this telephone number, and here instead of 111, I'll give the telephone number. That's it, guys. It has now become data driven now. Let's run this test and see whether The same test case is running two times because there are two sets of data that we are supplying from this data provider to this test-ng test method. Okay, let's run this and see. Two times this particular test method should run. First time it is running, 111 it has entered, and whether the test is passed or failed, the browser got closed. And second, with second test of data, second set of data, it's running now for second time. Yeah, this time ABCD got entered into the telephone number. So you see the script has run. The same test got run two times with the different sets of data, guys, and it got failed for the two times with the same assertion error, and the browser got closed successfully. It's working fine. It's working fine, guys. Okay. So data-driven thing is also done. And I would like to do one more thing as part of this particular test case. That is similar to after method. I'll create one more method known as before method, guys. Okay. Public void. Okay. I'll say setup. You can give the name as setup, guys. Okay. Setup. So setup, or you can say startup or whatever it is, whatever the name you want to give, you can give. But I'll provide an annotation known as before method. Like after method, test-ng annotated method will run after every test method. This before method test-ng annotated method will run before every test method. You see, I'm importing this before method from test-ng library. So whatever the code I'll write here, that will run before every test method. So what is the code that I want to get it here? Whatever the common code that is there in all this so far created 10 test cases, right? Whatever the common code is there, that startup common code. For example, opening the Chrome browser is same, maximizing the browser is same, opening this application URL is same. Okay, in most of the cases it's same. Even clicking on my account drop menu and selecting register option is also same, right? So for every test case, we are going to the register page. Till here it is same, guys. Till here it is same, right? Till here it is same. This part is same. Then after that, what to enter and all will be different for everything. But till going to the register option, it is same, guys. Okay. So for every test case, we went to the register option and checked it, right? So I'll try to move this part here. Let's see what will happen. If any problem, I'll just revert it back. So let's see the next test case. The next test case still there. If the common code is there, we'll remove it. Okay. Till select going to the register page, I'm just removing it. Common code, I have moved it into the. What is the problem here? Any error coming here? My account drop menu. You see, it's unable to access within the method because we moved to a different method. So we have to make it global, guys. Okay. Web element drop menu, we have to make it global is equal to null, I will say. And here I need to remove the double declaration. Okay. So that it can be accessed inside also. And even register option also, maybe some errors may come. Try to use there. I think it's not used. So we are not getting errors. If any errors only will come back. Okay. I think it's now okay. I made it global. So this one doesn't have any error. What about the second one? I've removed the common part. Doesn't have any error. Third one, second one is still second one. Third one, this part I'll remove. Let's see if any error comes, we'll correct it. No error so far. Third one is good. Fourth one, till this things, we already have put into the before method annotated method. Okay. Again, same register option till there. You see, I don't have to write the same code again and again. So just remove it in a proper way, guys. Otherwise, you'll get errors. Let's see everywhere we are removing or not. Sixth one, this is. We have removed it successfully. Seventh one, I'm removing it successfully. The seventh one also. Then eighth one, I'm removing it successfully. Ninth one is the ninth one, right? Register option, till register option, I'm removing all the common startup code, common initial code. We can also say common initial code. You have to remove this the data provider method. That's okay. the data provider, and this one is 10th one. Let's remove. Okay. Common startup code or initial code, whatever you call, I'm removing. Okay, this is the data provider method. Now everything is fine. Let's see whether after implementing this before method test engine annotated method, right? By moving the initial common code in all the test methods into the single method, let's see whether this method runs before every test method or not, and this method runs after every test method. Okay, we have created this to solve a problem where, even after the particular test fails, still the browser has to close. For that reason we have done this. Okay, but this one is like to reduce the number of lines in every test method. Every test method has this initial common code. Why to write the same code here and there? Reusability. This brings the reusability for that, for this particular thing, right? Slowly we'll start implementing, kind of stuff in this particular practice automation here series, guys, where, things will get simplified a bit. Okay, we don't have to do so much of hard work. First 10 test cases I showed you how to do the hard work. Now we'll do some smart work going ahead, guys. Hope you are getting some idea. Okay, now let's run all the things, all the tests, and see whether the things are working fine or not. All the test case should run properly now. For every test before method should work, and the browser should launch maximize. That means it's working fine. For first test case, it's already working fine, guys. All the test case should run properly this time. Anyhow, the last test case will fail. It is data-driven test. It will fail for the two times because with invalid data, we are checking. It should not create an account, but it will create an account. So it will fail. The last test case will fail. That's okay. Sometimes, the browser will take time, and, WebDriver will wait, okay, until the browser loads. Second one completed. Third test case is running now. Third test is running. Yeah, it's running. No problem. Fourth test case. Then fifth test case will start now. So after you do any big changes, right, better to run the test case, okay? To see whether the tests are working fine or not, it's better to check it. Okay, the next test case is running now. Okay. Okay, the data-driven tests have started for invalid email test. Four times it will run. Same test case will be run four times with different sets of data. Okay, it's still running. Let's wait. Somehow the browser is taking some time to load. Maybe the traffic is more for the website and started. But WebDriver will wait, guys. No problem. WebDriver will wait for the browser to load. Yeah, invalid telephone number first test case, and invalid telephone number second run. Data driven test for invalid telephone number. Okay. So all the scripts have runs properly, guys. As I can see, all the scripts have run properly, and we also got the results. Let's see, go and see the results. Everything got passed except the last two test cases. As usual, we expected that, right? Two things will fail and 12 got passed. Okay, 12 plus 2. Fine. That's good. That means before at the rate before annotated method is perfectly working fine, and the code which is there in the this particular setup method which is annotated with at the rate before method annotation of test ng is running before every test method. Okay, so with that we have gone to the next level, right? Apart from automating this particular test case number 11, right? Test case number 11, I guess. Apart from automating it successfully, we also have done some modifications where okay, where is this color? Yeah, this is the color. Okay, fine. I'll save this. This is also completed, guys. In the next session or in the upcoming sessions, I'm going to automate the upcoming test cases, guys. Okay, maybe we'll be learning a lot of new stuff in the while automating the next test case. But for now, this much, guys. Okay, that's all for this session, and I'll provide you the code. Okay, whatever the code I have written, I'll just provide you the code. Okay, in the description of this video. So also check the pinned comment of this particular video to join our Telegram group where you'll get a lot of updates from our side regarding some free webinars and all those stuff. So with that note, guys, that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.